Look, as you know, I've been leading the gas plant scandal hearings in Toronto, and have been going through tens of thousands of documents. On Wednesday, we received 40 boxes, 40,000 additional gas plant scandal documents, and it's a daunting task to take your X-Acto knife and crack these boxes open, not having a clue of what you're going to find inside. But in this particular dump of documents, they are from the Ministry of Finance, and they are more or less all-encompassing documents. They don't strictly reserve themselves to the gas plant scandal. They are other costs of the government. And as luck would have it, although buried in those 40,000 documents were a couple of very key pages that talk about Ontario Northland. And it's those pages that I want to talk to you about today. So the formal remarks are: newly divulged documents reveal the Liberal government knew the divestment of ONTC would cost taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. In the 2012 budget, Finance Minister Dwight Duncan claimed the sale of ONTC would, quote, save taxpayers $265 million. But I have here a newly discovered document, and a series of them in fact, that state, and I'll read this quote: MNDM, the Ministry of Northern Development and Mines, expects to incur higher than projected transition costs as part of their divestment process, which may take longer than originally proposed. I'll just jump to the last sentence because there are pages here. It says, but the current MNDM Infrastructure Ontario high-range estimate for divestment costs is $790 million. And then it goes on to talk about how much fall into which year is yet to be determined. So the government has stated they wanted to divest Ontario Northland to save money, specifically $265 million, yet their own Ministry of Finance documents tells the Cabinet that any sale will actually cost the taxpayers $790 million. There are no savings. And as you know, especially the friends in the media, we have said from day one, last March, the math does not add up. As soon as we heard that the government announced they wanted to divest Ontario Northland to save money, and exactly $265 million, we have started our mission, if you will, to prove their numbers wrong. We've had great partners all along the way. When you look at what the mayors in the north have been doing to help stop the sale, they had their avenue to stop the sale. The union, the employees have all said, we want a new deal, which we backed. They fought on another front. Our front has always been, from day one, the numbers don't add up. We have said that in the media for 14 consecutive months. And today, well, last week actually, we brought out documents that show the government thought their numbers were a bit off. We found that document last week, as we sent to all of you. But today, we now know, they know, it's a cost of $790 million. And I have to tell you, they still, when you look through the chart that I'm going to hand out to all of you, they still have not got all of the costs that we have found. For instance, a simple and a $15 million mistake, they still don't have the WSIB liability of $15 million listed here. This is in their own Ontario Northland financial statement. All the government has to do is read Ontario Northland's posted on financials, and they'll know their number is still low. This will hit $1 billion by the time they're done. They only have $250 million for severances. We know that number is low by at least $100 or more million. So what we're saying is today, I call on Premier Wynne to end this charade, take Ontario Northland off the chopping block, and do what we've asked for from the beginning. Have a strategic review of all assets of Ontario Northland and make Ontario Northland the economic engine of the North as it once was and as we believe it should be again. The employees, their families, the stakeholders, and all of the businesses throughout Northern Ontario demand no less than a full stop to this charade today.